want to talk about three things: my meditations over the past month, a meditation that I had today, and Apports. I have been meditating for almost 4 weeks now. I set out that I was going to meditate for 30 days to see what kind of change that I could make in my life. And what I've noticed is my patience for my kids has actually gotten a bit better. I'm not sure whether it's because I'm lazy, but I do notice that I'm yelling less. But I think the biggest thing is when it comes to meditations, when it comes to my mediumship. But I think the biggest thing it's impacting is my mediumship. I'm not saying that I'm able to talk to, spirits right now. I don't know, maybe I can, and I'm not at that point yet where I know when they're talking to me, but I do feel like I'm having a better connection. Today, I did a meditation. I bought another book, and then I bought a course. It's a Udemy course, so I don't know how great it's going to be, but I heard great reviews on it. I'm starting to get the feeling that the majority of these books and these courses are all saying the same thing, and I'm really starting to begin to think that it's just a matter of time and practice. So when I did my meditation today, I said, okay, I need to know the best way that you want to communicate with me. I said, okay, can you give me colors? No colors. A taste? No taste. A smell? No smell. And I've had tastes and smells before, so that's why I kind of asked that. And then it was audible. So I've also had the audible, but there's one time where I had audible and I was just in that like sleep mode. I was just starting to get to sleep and I heard somebody go blah, blah, blah. It was so high pitched, and I kind of just like jumped out of my bed. And I knew exactly what it was, but it was just so high pitched and so fast that I couldn't understand it. I honestly woke up and I was like, huh. I was like, okay, that's spirit. And then it didn't happen again. And of course there's other times it's happened, but anyways, it didn't happen this time. So then I was like, okay, can I feel anything? Within moments I could feel, and it surrounded me completely. And I was actually like, I was sitting right there, like on a chair, which doesn't exist at the moment. It's right there. But I was sitting on a chair, so I had, area around me, but not much to the back. And I could just feel like everything kind of pushing into me. So I acknowledged it. And then I was like, okay, time to space away from me. And it went away. And then I asked specifically, again, is there a way that you can allow me to know that you are here by giving me physical sensations somewhere on my body? Sure enough, this thing opened up, and it opened up. It felt like literally I could flip my forehead up. It just felt like it was getting cut like this, and I was just going, it was really, really intense. So I allowed it to happen, but then I started getting like the sensation here. I felt something on my back kind of got across my back, and it was just kind of like a feather. It just went, phew. So it's quite exciting. But then the biggest thing that I thought was great was, and I'm sorry my hair is flopping around, was before I left, I said, okay, I just want one more sign. There was just this heat that went around my face. It was just, I thought for a second that my fan had broken because I just instantly got so hot on my face. But then I could notice that because my fan was like, turning. So I could feel as the fan got around here to my body, I could feel it, but then there was nothing over my face. You could just, it was like there was a big ball of fire, but not nearly as hot. It was just kind of sitting right there in front of me. And then I could feel the breeze over here, and it came back again, same thing. And when I recognized that and I said, okay, this is what I can feel, I didn't feel it as hot anymore, and then the fan came around and I could just feel the fan normally. So that was super interesting. And lastly, I wanted to talk about Apports. This is probably one of the things that I was most shocked about. Actually, no. I mean, Spirit has shocked me with a lot of things, but this one really is kind of close to my heart, and I don't know why. So at the back of my room, you can see that all out here, there's things on my wall. And those are crystals, stones, whatever you want to call them. I have used stones, not necessarily for anything in particular, but I do wear them. I do have them, for whatever reason. So they work for me and they make me feel super connected. I get it. We don't need them, blah, 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 but for some people, we like them. So I don't really know exactly what all these stones are for, but I just kind of get the ones that I think are really pretty. And if somebody tells me what one means at one time, if I feel as though I need it, then I'll grab it. So I have a collection. Over the years, I've lost some, and obviously I've gained some, but there was one time, it was a full moon. And at this point I had heard that, on full moons or whatever types of moons, you need to put out all your rocks and your stones and crystals or whatever they might be, so they can be re-energized. So I was like, okay. And the place I was living at, it had like this really nice front area. So it's like, you could sit up there and look outside the window. So I took advantage of it and I put all of my stones on this piece in front of the window. But prior to that, sorry, I got itchy nose. I had put pieces of paper down, and I think I still have the photo. I put pieces of paper down and I put all of my rocks on a piece of paper, and under each of them I wrote the name of the stone. Took a picture of all of them and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put them up here now. And I went to bed. The next morning, before I did anything, before I even realized that I was getting up, I didn't bolt, but I went right to the windowsill. And for some reason, I started counting them. And I might have I don't know, I think I counted them the night before because obviously they were laying there and I guess I just wanted to see how many I had. And as I was counting them, I got to like the last one and I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. I didn't have that many. So I counted them again. And sure enough, I had an extra one. So I went back to the photo and I counted from the photos. And I'm telling you, I also had never seen this stone before. I have to add this. I have never seen this stone. It was a clear quartz, and it had like a piece of it was just like another piece of black stone in it. And actually, it just kind of looks like this one. Oh man. So it kind of looked like this. So I know that you can't really see it very well, but it is, and it's blue at the back just because I used the sticky tack stuff or whatever to keep them on. So clear quartz with that little black thing in the middle there. It was not as shiny as this one, but it still looked pretty much like that. I was like, where did this come from? I've never had this before. So sure enough, I go to the picture of my stones and that stone wasn't there. The numbers of stones that I had taken a picture of, it didn't match up. And I didn't know that this existed. I didn't know that this could happen. I go to work that Monday, because it was the Sunday, and I messaged one of my friends and I said, hey, like this weird thing happened. All of a sudden this stone like appeared out of nowhere overnight. And I just thought it was really weird that like I'd just get up right away. Over everything else, I went right to the stones and started counting them without thought. I honestly didn't think anything of it. I just went and started counting them. And that's when he told me about apports, things that just mysteriously appear out of nowhere. Like I was so happy. Like there were times where I was tearing up. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe this actually happened to me. This is like the coolest thing in the world. Unfortunately, that one stone that I had appear, that one stone is the stone that has disappeared. And it was in this apartment somewhere. It was 3 years ago that I lost it. I was so upset, so upset. I got this stone, I think, from one of my stores that I get stones from, and it was there. None of the other stones had this in it, and I did see it, so it just reminded me of that stone and that experience. So I picked it up and I bought it again, and I just recently found it because I didn't even realize I lost it. So I wanted to kind of share that experience with you because that's something that's really cool. If you ever had experiences where you're just like, what is that? Where'd that come from? I can't even say it's depending on any situation or circumstance, because I was not hoping for a random rock to appear. It just happened. So if this ever happens to you, know most likely it's spirit just having a little fun with you. Hey guys, so I actually just got finished editing the video and I realized that I had said something along the lines of I wasn't expecting anything to happen. I wasn't expecting to get a random rock. But what I was doing, and for quite a long time after, like before that, is I was constantly asking the universe for signs. Signs that they were real, signs that they were around. And they were giving me a lot of signs. And this rock thing was one of those signs.